Hello, everybody. What's going on out there? I just wanted to get on here, do another video, give you guys some updates about what's been going on lately. So Friday, I actually went to my doctor's appointment at Kaiser to get my X-rays done for my feet and my ankles. I recently just got back the report from the doctor. No fractions. No fractures, no splings, no anything broken, anything dealing with my bones. I do have emphysema. That was indicated on there, of course, I already knew that. Um, so I was actually doing some research while I was waiting for my x-ray report to come back. And I actually looked into why I'm having this particular type of pain that is under my foot. And the longer I stand up on my feet, or the longer I am walking with shoes that are not supporting my arch, and it's not enough cushion to make to make it soft on the inside, so when I walk that impact, it's not really hurting the bottom of my feet. So what I researched was this particular type of foot pain, and it's called plantar fasciitis. And if you guys want to look that up, you can do that. So that is what I think I have. I'm not for sure. I still have to go visit a podiatrist to get their professional opinion about it, but I believe that I really do have that. And so I remember when I started back working, I was having the same issues because I had been out of work for 5 years. So when I had started back working, I wasn't used to standing for a long time and walking for a long time. In a second. You don't have no more in there? Alright, give me a second. That was my son. He's actually doing virtual learning right now, and he's doing gym. But like I was saying, so I had the same issue when I started back to work, in the pain under my feet, and having to like elevate it and things like that. And so the podiatrist that I seen, that I had saw like 2-3 years ago, they gave me, no, like 2 years ago, they told me to purchase this boot. It's like a splint type boot. I'm going to show you guys. It's like a splint type boot thing. It's like one of these. It looks like one of those cast boot things, like when you break your foot or something. But this is actually to help stretch the heel of your feet, and to stretch this part right here. So, I have not used that in a while, but I'm going to start back using it. I actually have a video visit with my primary care physician today to go over the results and to see what she thought about my opinion of my diagnosis of plantar fasciitis. So that's pretty much what's going on with my feet situation. And I also looked into some better shoes to purchase. I wear Nikes. Nikes They're fashion, but they're not always the best type of shoe to wear if you're doing a lot of walking and standing for prolonged periods of time. So, that's pretty much that. Also, my goddaughter was born yesterday, Skylin. Shout out to my girl Cupcake. um, she had her baby yesterday, and she is so beautiful. And this is my first time being a godmother, and I'm just so excited. I can't wait to spend time with her. I definitely want to be safe. I don't want to go around her. She's still a newborn right now. So it's going to be a little while before I get to hold her. But I'm just looking forward to seeing her. And my girl Cupcake did an excellent job. And I just love both of them. So that's some good news right there. Don't mind the white stuff. As you can see, it's powder. Yes, I use baby powder. It smells really good. After I take a nice shower, I like to use baby powder. Also, one more thing I wanted to talk about that is very important. So, mental health, people, mental health. Mental health is really important for you to get in check. It affects your ability to have good physical health. So if mentally you're off, mentally you're going through a depression, you have an anxiety, whatever the case may be, these things can prevent you from having self-care, self-love. It'll prevent you from doing the things that you're supposed to do physically, and just making sure you're maintaining and taking care everyday life. And also it can affect the people around you. It could, especially for the parents out there, it can affect your child, because if you're not taking care of yourself properly and you're depressed in the bed, don't want to get up, you're definitely not taking care of your child or your children. So I used to be a big believer about not believing in mental health or believing in going to a therapist. And so I just always said, which is still true to me, that I'm going to pray about it and put it in God's hands. And that's very well true. That's the first thing I do. But I also feel like you can have other resources of getting help, and sometimes you can talk to a friend. Sometimes you can talk to your family members, but I feel like going to see a professional sometimes is the best option for you, especially if something is unbalanced in your brain and something, you can get prescribed medication from a psychiatrist. I just don't want people to feel ashamed for wanting to get better, however that may be, and it's in a healthy way. Some people like to self-medicate. That is not a good way to get over your problems, to cope with your emotions. So, for me, my personal story, back in 2008, my sister was murdered. I did not really know how to deal with that. I was grieving. I was upset. I was, sad, angry. I had all these emotions. And it did affect my ability to go to work, because I would be snappy. I'm going through something. And so my job actually paid for my sessions for me to see a psychotherapist. And So that was my very first time of going, and I actually, it helped me, not just with coping with my sister's death and her being murdered. It actually helped me cope with things that I did not know that was there. I did, you know, I had an anger problem. I did. Um, I was very defensive. Um, so it helped me to recognize recognize things in myself, things in my childhood that caused me to act a certain way or mistrust people. So that was my first experience. Then, when all this stuff happened with my son, and I got heart failure, it was hard for me to cope. It was hard for me to believe how you go from perfectly being healthy to um, saying that your heart has given out, you know, it's not going to recover. And your heart is vital. Like, without your heart, it's like you're done, basically. Um, and that's just real. So I decided to go see a therapist through Kaiser, and it has helped me a lot. It has helped me to come to the conclusion that it wasn't my fault. It wasn't something I did during my pregnancy. It wasn't something that I did after my pregnancy um, that caused this to happen to me. I have came to grips with, okay, Christina, your life is not going to be the same like it was prior to this situation, but be thankful that you still are here to have a life and live that life to the fullest. You know, I'm just like everybody else. I go through my days where I'm frustrated, I'm upset, I could be sad about something, I could have memories come up, something can remind me of something, and I'm human, so we all have emotions at different times. But therapy helps you understand why you're having a certain emotion. It helps you rationalize your thoughts. It helps you learn different healthy ways to deal with anger or frustration, depression, and things like that. And so yesterday I actually had a session with my therapist. Um, and we definitely, you know, talked about some things. We talked about, you know, just my feelings about what's going on with me and what happened in November. Drink some of that.
This?
Yeah, it's tea. You don't like it? All right.
The watermelon.
Okay. And so, um, yeah, but she gave me other types of advice when I'm starting to worry or when I'm starting to feel like, okay, things are closing in on me. Definitely for me, I always pray. I read my Bible. I feel like first and foremost, God is the healer of everything. And I am that walking testimony to what He has done for me. Also, meditating is something that is great to help you just be in the moment and not worry about what happened yesterday or what you worried about what's going to go on tomorrow, when you need to be present in the moment of right now. So I am going to meditate after this, but I also signed up for group therapy It's a mindful group therapy. And, it's just being in that moment, being mindful of what is happening here in the present now, and not worrying about tomorrow and the day before. So that takes a lot of stress off. It helps you not be overwhelmed with just everything that you might have going on. So I will say to people out there, especially people who are getting a heart transplant, um, definitely I will recommend you, as soon as you can, even probably prior to getting a heart transplant, is to find a therapist that you're comfortable with, that you can build a relationship with, that you trust, um, and start having these conversations with your therapist. You just don't want to be so overwhelmed with um, just these different type of emotions, or if you feel like just want somebody to hear you, and not necessarily hear you just to respond, but hear you to understand you and what you're feeling. So I recommend pre-transplant for individuals who is going to go on this amazing journey, but sometimes it could be a difficult journey. Sit down for a second. Sit right there for a second. That is amazing. I lost my train of thought. But also, post-transplant, I would recommend that you continue to go after post-transplant to see a therapist, and to help with whatever you're feeling. You're going to have different emotions. You're going to feel different type of ways. And overall, it's good for your mental health. Never be afraid to better you, to do whatever it is you need to do to take care of yourself. Because if you're not good, nobody else around you that you are supporting is going to be good. So mental health was definitely something I wanted to discuss with you guys. And I appreciate you guys looking at my video. Please click the like button, share it, leave a comment. I will be back doing another video on Thursday. I have a doctor's appointment, and I wanted to discuss some things with you guys about this particular blood work that I have to get done, and also talk to you guys about what happened in September when I was hospitalized for like over a month. So I will see you guys on Thursday. Be safe out there. Wear your mask. Stay 6 feet. And I love you guys. Have a blessed day. Bye.